Hello everyone, this is your host Rocky speaking, and welcome to Golden Dragon Games. Today is episode 4 of series 2 of Golden Dragon Video Game News. And in today's episode, we will be talking all about some of the biggest and some of the smaller bits of news and info from the Nintendo E3 2019 Nintendo Direct. Also, just to say before the video begins, because there was so much stuff in the Nintendo Direct, I can't cover it all, so like I just said, I'm just covering some of the biggest and some of the smaller bits of news and info. But now, without further ado, here's our first bit of breaking news. Okay, starting this news video off, we have some new third-party games that were announced to be coming to the Nintendo Switch this year and next year. Starting with Dragon Quest XI S Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition, my goodness me, that's still a long name, coming September 27th, 2019. Then finally we have the long overdue announcement for the Spyro Reignited trilogy coming to the Switch on September the 3rd, 2019. But as it says in tiny writing in the video footage, it says, US video shown, release date may differ for Europe. But I'm hoping it will be the same release date for all regions. Okay, after that we have a full 3D HD remake of the Trials of Mana game coming to the Switch in early 2020. And even more Mana games, we have the Collection of Mana, which has been available on the Nintendo Switch eShop since after the Nintendo E3 2019 Nintendo Direct. After that, we have The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition coming to the Nintendo Switch this year. Then we have the announcement of No More Heroes 3 coming exclusively to the Nintendo Switch in 2020. After that, we have Hollow Knight Silksong coming soon. Then we have something that was leaked and then officially announced before the actual Nintendo Direct itself, which is Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch coming September 20th, 2019. Then we have Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles coming this winter. Then we have a Microsoft game, Super Lucky Tales, coming this fall/autumn of 2019. And the last third-party game release date announcement that I'm going to be talking about in this video is Dragon Quest Builders 2, coming July 12th, 2019. And now it's time for the next bit of info from the E3 2019 Nintendo Direct. Okay, our second bit of news is all about a new trailer they showed off for the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake for the Nintendo Switch. So, all the trailer really had was some new gameplay trailer. Also, as you can see in the screenshots, we now have the UI HUD added into the game with Link's heart containers in the top left and his items in the top right. But also, out of nowhere, they showed us what they added to the game, which is basically a Legend of Zelda temple/dungeon maker, which was a surprise to be sure. Also, they announced the full official release date at the end of the trailer, which is the 20th of September 2019. So we don't have that long to wait for the game, and I can't wait to play the remake of Link's Awakening. Also, sometime after the Direct, on Nintendo US's official website, nintendo.com, they posted about the USA limited edition bundle of the game, which they're calling the Dreamer bundle, which comes with one copy of the game and a special art book. And then, after that sometime, Nintendo UK's Twitter, along with Nintendo of Europe's official Twitter, revealed the official UK/Europe bundle of the game, which is similar to the USA version, but the only difference is the art book has a different cover, and also it comes with an original Game Boy styled steel case as well. Also, another thing announced for the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake for the Nintendo Switch on Nintendo USA's official website is that we are getting a brand new Link amiibo based off of the Link's Awakening remake design of Link. Also, I'm not sure the release date of the amiibo because they didn't actually say on the official website that I could see, but I'm guessing the amiibo should come out the same day as the games on September 20th, 2019. And now, it's time for the next bit of info from the E3 2019 Nintendo Direct. Okay, the next bit of news that I'm going to be talking about is the brand new Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Amiibos that were revealed on Nintendo US's official website sometime after the Direct. So, we finally have the reveal of the Amiibos for Incineroar, Dark Samus, Chrom, and Richter Belmont. Also, as far as I know while I'm recording this video, I don't know if there is any official release date for any of these Amiibos yet. And now, it's time for the next bit of news from the Nintendo E3 2019 Direct. Okay, for our fourth bit of news, we're going to be talking all about the announcement trailer for the second DLC character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And the second character is the main character of Dragon Quest XI. So the rumours were right. It was a Dragon Quest character, but it wasn't Erdrick. Also, in the trailer, for some reason, 3 other Dragon Quest main characters suddenly appeared, and I'm not sure if they're just alternative costumes or possibly Echo Fighters. The trailer really didn't say either way, so... Anyway, the hero of Dragon Quest XI will be coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate this summer of 2019. And that segues nicely into the next bit of news, which is all about the third DLC character announcement for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Okay, so the third DLC character to be announced for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. What a great announcement for a brilliant Nintendo Direct. And also, interestingly, this character had a similar trailer to King K. Rool's trailer, and also I was slightly confused when the announcement trailer was first playing in the Nintendo Direct, like, what's going on? King K. Rool's already been announced. But anyway, the trailer went sort of like this. Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and King K. Rool just chilling out. Also, I guess King K. Rool is best friends with Donkey and Diddy Kong now. Just chilling out, and then suddenly a golden puzzle piece rolls by, and then they hear a noise outside. They go to the window, they see a big shadow of a bear and bird duo, which is revealed to be Duck Hunt Dog playing a prank on them, until the real third DLC character comes out of the sky, pushes Duck Hunt Dog out of the way, and it's revealed to be none other than the legendary bird and bear duo, Banjo-Kazooie are raring to go. That's right, Banjo-Kazooie are back on a Nintendo console for the first time in many, many years. Also, as you can see by the in-game screen caps I took from the official announcement trailer, Banjo-Kazooie's official stage will be spiral mounting. Also, they look to have a crazy final smash, along with a cool victory animation screen for when they've won a match. Also, as a little side note, after the Direct sometime, it was revealed that the person who did the music for the trailer was none other than Grant Kirkhope himself, and Mr. Sakurai, the director of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, actually reached out to Grant personally to get him to do the music for Banjo-Kazooie's reveal trailer, which I think is pretty cool. Also, Banjo-Kazooie will officially be joining Super Smash Bros. Ultimate this autumn/fall of 2019. And now, it's time for our next bit of info from the Nintendo E3 2019 Nintendo Direct. Okay, our next bit of info is all about Luigi's Mansion 3! And one of the first things told by the narrator of the trailer is the overall arcing story for the game, which is Luigi, Mario, Peach, and 2 Toads are invited to a hotel, and then Mario, Peach, and the 2 Toads get put in paintings, and it's up to Luigi to rescue them all. Also, just as a little side note before we continue talking about the trailer and what they announced for the game, sometime during the trailer, the narrator actually said that Luigi would have to go through different floors of the hotel, so it sounded like that it wasn't going to be a mission-based structure like Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon, and then later on, during one of the Treehouse Live segments where they were playing Luigi's Mansion, I believe it was the director or somebody who worked on the game that basically confirmed that it is not a mission-based structure like Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon. Luigi's Mansion 3 is basically a bigger version of Luigi's Mansion 1, which is great for anybody who wasn't a fan of the mission-based structure back in Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon. But anyway, more about the new stuff revealed in the trailer. One of those new things was Luigi's new Poltergust, which is officially called the Poltergust G00 model, which has some new features and functionality, like the slam, which you can now, when you are sucking up ghosts to catch them, you can now slam ghosts so they lose some health a bit quicker or something like that. There's also a suction shot function where you fire a plunger on an object and then you connect the end of the poltergust to the rope on the plunger, and then you just pull and you can throw and break objects to find stuff like coins from the looks of the trailer. Also, the suction shot can be used against some different types of ghosts, like ghosts with shield, as you can see in one of the screen caps I got from the trailer. Also, another new feature is the burst feature. Basically, when ghosts are coming to surround you, all you do is you use the burst feature. Luigi basically jumps up in the air with a bit of a hover from the poltergust itself, and then the ghosts are blown back, so it is easier to combat the ghosts rather than having them all gang up on Luigi straight away. Also, Gooigi is back from the 3DS remake of the original Luigi's Mansion game, and also this time Gooigi is more useful actually, due to the fact you can switch between Luigi and Gooigi basically at any time. Also, Gooigi can do stuff that Luigi can't, like he can go through metal fences and across spikes. Also, if you pass a Joy-Con to a friend, like the narrator said in the trailer, one person can play as Luigi and one person can play as Gooigi, so local co-op, which is really cool. Also, actually something to note about Gooigi, also, while it seems like Gooigi is this invincible character, he's actually not, because he is weak to water and will basically melt like the Wicked Witch of the West from Wizard of Oz style. Also, talking about co-op, the Scarescraper from Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon is making a return for Luigi's Mansion 3, but this time with a difference. Rather than being stuck to playing with 2 people, you can play with up to 8 people, either in local co-op or online multiplayer as well. Also, we got to see 3 of the boss ghosts in Luigi's Mansion 3 as well. The first one we have here is some sort of police officer, security guard looking boss ghost. And then we have a knight in shining armor boss ghost. And also, I'm guessing by the target on the chest of the armor that we're going to have to use the suction shot to be able to defeat this particular boss ghost. And then the last boss ghost revealed in the actual trailer for Luigi's Mansion 3 was none other than the main antagonist of the Luigi's Mansion series himself, King Boo. Then the last thing to be shown in the trailer was the release date, or rather the confirmation that the game is still coming in 2019. As you can see by the screen cap from the trailer, it just says available in 2019, so unfortunately we got no official proper full release date, but I'm guessing in the next Nintendo Direct, sometime at the end of the summer or the beginning of the fall, we should get the official full release date for Luigi's Mansion 3, which I'm still guessing is October because of it being Halloween time. And now it's time for our next bit of info from the Nintendo E3 2019 Nintendo Direct. Okay, our next bit of news is all about the brand new Animal Crossing game for Nintendo Switch. So finally, we have an actual gameplay trailer for Animal Crossing for the Nintendo Switch. And this new game, we travel not to a new town, but we travel to a deserted island where we basically build and create our own new town. And I think that from this one trailer, the game looks fantastic. Also, we did get a full name for the game, which is Animal Crossing New Horizons. And we also got an official release date, but unfortunately the game has been delayed. The new and also full official release date for Animal Crossing New Horizons for the Nintendo Switch is March 30th, 2020. It's unfortunate that the game has been delayed, but I'm glad that A, they're not trying to rush the game for this year, and B, we actually got a full release date rather than a vague 2020 release date, which they could have easily said. And even though we have to wait a couple of months longer for the game, I'm sure the game will be well worth the wait. And now, it's time for our second to last bit of info for the video. Okay, for our second to last bit of news for the video, we got a bit of new info for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Our first bit of info is all about the Pokeball Plus controller that Nintendo released last year with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So, in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, the Pokeball Plus controller will work with the game with how you're able to transfer Pokemon from in-game into the Pokeball and walk around with it in real life and then transfer it back to the game, but the Pokeball Plus will no longer work as an actual controller for the game, and that's probably due to the fact that we're back to a more traditional controller scheme for this new generation of Pokemon games. Also, the second bit of new info was the announcement of the water gym in the Galar region, along with the water type gym leader Nessa. And that was all the Pokemon Sword and Shield info for the actual E3 2019 Nintendo Direct itself. And now it's time for our last bit of info for the video. Okay, for our last bit of info today, we have a very big surprise announcement that was at the very end of the Nintendo Direct, just after the announcement trailer for Banjo-Kazooie for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, being the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is now in development. And we didn't just get this message on screen, we also got an in-game engine trailer/teaser trailer for the game. And now I'm going to go through some of the screen caps I took from the trailer itself. Okay, so the trailer starts off with the Breath of the Wild main theme song, but played in reverse for the entirety of the trailer, which actually made it quite atmospheric, but also a little bit scary at the same time. But anyway, we got this weird green glowing energy, and we see that it's spiraling into a middle of a room in an underground cave with some evil malice going across the room itself. Also, in the center of that green spiral of energy, there is something or someone. Then we have Princess Zelda herself, along with Link and some sort of brand new animal to the Legend of Zelda series, carrying some supplies for them while they travel through this underground cave. They also seem to stop for a break for a little bit and let the animal just drink some water from the underground river. Then they continue on with their travels through the underground cave across a stone bridge, and also the cave seems to be lit up by these mysterious green stones which have some sort of the same energy as the green spiral from that center room we saw at the beginning of the trailer. And then Link and Zelda find that center room, and that green spiral of energy ends in a ghostly hand with a gold wristband, and it is holding the withered and weak body of someone. And then that person in the center of the room starts to move. Then their eyes glow, and it is none other than the human Gerudo form of Ganon, also known as Ganondorf Drakmire. And then the trailer goes all crazy, like going really fast, and Link gets the green energy on his own right hand and arm. And also, I did manage to get this particular screen cap from the trailer, which is quite interesting because it shows the center of the room with that green spiral with a mysterious hand and Ganondorf's weakened body, but we can also see on the wall there is a shadow of Ganondorf himself. But also, I thought that shadow kind of looks like the original Demon King Demise from Skyward Sword, but also we see a shadow of that green spectral hand. And then the trailer pans out to Hyrule Field with Hyrule Castle. Dust starts to go from the sides of Hyrule Castle, and Hyrule Castle itself raises up into the sky. And then it cuts to that message of the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is now in development, which I showed at the beginning of this part of the video. And I must say, this was probably the biggest surprise announcement and also one of my favourite announcements for this Nintendo Direct. And I can't believe we are getting a sequel to the Breath of the Wild so quickly. Also, in terms of release date, of course they didn't reveal the release date, but personally I think, and also I've heard other people say online, that they reckon that it will either be 2020 or possibly 2021. And I think really the exact same thing. I think at the earliest we could get it by the middle or the end of 2020, or possibly at the beginning or the middle or possibly the end of 2021. But whenever the game is released, I'm sure that it will be a brilliant and fantastic game, and I can't wait to find out more information about the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Okay, and that is all the news I'm covering from the Nintendo E3 2019 Nintendo Direct. So now, it's time to outro today's video. Okay, thank you everyone so much for watching today's video. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Please feel free to leave a like, favourite, share, comment. Also, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Also, all my social media links are linked in the description of the video. And remember, until next time, stay golden, stay frosty, and bye-sies!